So let me see. Sadie, do you want to go first? And then Robbie, you can go. Okay, whenever you're ready.
A veteran is brave and bold, a story of courage waiting to be told. Thank you for your job, your service and might, for keeping us safe day and night. We honor you today, we honor you always for your job, your strength and courage and all your bravery days. Thank you. Dear veterans, thank you for helping us all. Thank you, veterans, for standing up tall. You have never let us fall. Your service for your country has done us great. We are thankful that you have protected our country. You may feel that your bravery goes unnoticed, but to me it shines so very bright. Thank you, dear veterans, for being so brave and keep our country safe.
We had the most entries this year that we ever had, and I wasn't part of the voting committee, but I know they said it was really tough to pick just one winner from each grade level. So good job, girls. You did a really nice job. Thank you. And thank you to the parents for reading that too. I really appreciate it. Sadie, do you want me to take that paper for you? Thanks for coming. Yeah, for you. Thank you. I'll get into that tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you both so much.
Okay, next we have Justin Samora.
Yep. Hey guys, I'm gonna talk about my on a fishing program. We just got a grant from the Colorado Outdoor Equity Grant Program. So excited for it. This is our third year doing the fishing program. Last 2 years we've taken fishing trips and mainly stayed in the southeast corner of the state. This year we're gonna take a little more trips. We're going to provide the kids with gear and help people get outdoors, help the kids get outdoors. Hopefully they learn some skills and good time with it. And then, the goal is by the end of it, they feel more confident about going out with their family and they can go on their own trips like that. We're good.
Each kid and their parents. Each kid and a family will be that, right?
Yeah, so the student will get a bag of gear, your tackle and a fishing pole and put some sunscreen, and then we're gonna give them another bag so they can give it to our family member. Our family, so we'll take 8 trips in total. We'll pretty much go through the month of June. We're gonna go to John Martin, Blue Lake, we'll go to Neilnish, which is over there by the Mar. We'll go to Lathrop. There's 2 lakes at Lathrop. We're gonna go to Monument Resort, Lake Pueblo. So we're just gonna go to the anti-climb at Lake Pueblo if you've ever been there. That's just south of Lake Pueblo. I get a little spooked out on the Lake Pueblo, but anyway, looking forward to it. Like I said, it's exciting that we got this grant. I went to the meeting today and they only said they didn't accept very many, so but I think it's kind of cool. Right, thank you.
Thank you for doing that for the kids. It sounds like it's fun.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Good job. Yeah.
Okay, letter E, audience portion. Do we have anybody signed up, Jen?
We do not.
Okay. Next, I have approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Seconded.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Questions, comments? Roll call.
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Coleman, Mr. Salzrenner,
Aye.
All right, number 3, consent agenda.
I recommend approval of the consent agenda as presented. So moved.
Second.
Yeah, I just wasn't done reading, sorry.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Questions, comments?
Just have, well, one question. What do we do when a teacher resigns mid-year? What do we do with her classes and how does that get handled?
So we, usually post for the position, try to find a replacement. If not, the elementary level, we had a kindergarten teacher, leaving Christmas, there was only 14 students, so we're gonna move those kids into the other 4 kindergarten teachers classes. So they're each taking an additional 3. That way there's stability. So we really, it's case by case, because at this time it's really difficult to find somebody. So if we can absorb, we will, without making it too difficult on the other teachers. Otherwise we post and try to find somebody.
So what are we doing with this English teacher at the junior, senior high school?
We posted for that position.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, just to clarify, and she's full-time, right? So you're getting a full-time, your replacement, yeah. Okay, I figured she was, I just wanted things changed, since, yeah.
Roll call.
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzburner,
Aye.
Okay. Number 4, approval of the minutes of the November 10th, 2025 regular meeting.
Do I need to second it?
I entertain a motion.
I motion we approve the minutes.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the November 10th regular meeting. Questions, comments? Roll call.
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzburner,
Number 5, presentations. We have a building report and update from Ms. Amada.
All right, so a few updates to share, and congratulations to the new board members too. One of them is talking a little bit about PI. PI is Partners in Education. It's our accountability group that we have where we partner with our parents. So something new that we're doing this year is we're actually coming together and joining forces with the primary. So our high at the primary and intermediate are going to start meeting together since a lot of our focuses are the same and we have a lot of the same parents, and it's one less night for them to have to go to meetings. So we thought that might be more convenient for them as well. So we're meeting, we're going to be meeting monthly until we get a good roll on what our focus is going to be and our goals and getting that going. We meet tomorrow actually at 6:30 here in the art room. And so anyone's welcome to come and join that. Our other big focus with that is that we have our FSCP, which is Family School Community Partnerships, which we have a building committee now, and they're going to be coming to the accountability meetings with us. So we can talk about the main focus, which is how to get more family and community involvement. One of the things that we've talked about is, for example, doing like a math night with this new math program. It's very different. It's very new. We've had a lot of parents ask for some more support and resources. So that is something that is on the agenda to talk about tomorrow night and what that can look like. And this is just going to bring more perspectives and more support and help as we plan these math nights. And we're hoping to do like literacy nights, things like that. More things that are focused around our big rocks is what our hope is, where they have a good, strong agenda that ties back and supporting those big rocks that we have. The other thing that we've talked about, and it also was brought up at our district advisory council meeting as a suggestion from a parent, and we've talked about in our accountability is maybe looking at supporting local businesses and hosting some of our accountability meetings at, say like at Dickey's or, you know, like different places around the community so we can support them. And then it also has us in a different, going to a different place other than the school. You know, sometimes it might be a little intimidating too, coming to the school, and maybe it's something a little bit more fun. Someone even brought up maybe like the bowling alley, you know, something like that. And we can also, highlight those businesses as well. So that's something that we're going to talk about tomorrow. Any questions on yes?
Yeah, I was being new at this, but I'm inquisitive. So I like the idea of partnering with businesses. Have you like gone around to see if any businesses would be interested? Or how are you gonna pursue that?
That's something we're gonna talk about tomorrow, and we probably already have some
Yeah.
parents that
Okay.
have started asking businesses about going and using their business so that we can host these meetings. And I know I've asked, like, we have a parent who has a restaurant, maybe going into her restaurant and using, her party area to host it there. So we've just started talking and asking and seeing if it's something people are interested in. It sounds like they are, and they're willing to partner with us. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about that.
I think that's an awesome idea. It gets you out in the community.
Mhm.
Yeah, good job.
So we're really excited for that meeting tomorrow, and also our FSCP meeting, our committees from the primary, they're also going to be going to these PI meetings, so that way we're all on the same page as well. And then
I was gonna say, can you repeat what that acronym was?
family, school, community partnerships.
Thank you.
So that's different from PI?
It is, but our focuses are so aligned that we're like, hey, why don't we just like join forces and we work together? Since we're, really working on the family and community involvement. And that is one of our goals on like our UIP, and something that we talked with when we met with Sam last year from CDE. And that was one thing we wanted to keep as a goal and a focus, was trying to get more community and parent involvement.
Is that committee, is that teachers and staff?
Yeah, so we started with the district team, which we call the DIDS district, and then now we're building this year, building teams. And so Haley Romero, she helps with that, and so does Sky Sisson, and Mr. Wilson's there, and Haley sent out an email asking who's interested as far as staff being part of this committee, got some feedback, and then those that were interested are now part of the building committee for the FSCP. Mm-hmm. All right. The other thing to talk about now that we were kind of brought up, like TNTP and the state stuff, is our big rocks. So we still have our two big rocks. One is around implementation of high quality instructional materials. And so for each quarter, we're focusing on, we have different benchmarks that we have. One of them is for the end of this quarter is that 100% of our teachers are using the assigned high quality instructional materials for ELA and math. So we have the new math, illustrative math, and then we have wonders for the reading and writing. And so that's one of our goals, is that we're sticking to those curriculums and we're using them and using all the resources that come from them. Another goal is 95% of teachers are tracking their cool down data. So with the IM, every day at the end of the lesson, the teachers get what they call a cool down, and it's really to see if they've understood the skill for the day. And so that gives the teachers a quick snapshot of, did they get it, did they not, and then what do we need to possibly reteach or work with a small group on. And our teachers are keeping a spreadsheet where they're putting that daily cool down data, and then we can look at it and see where are some areas that we might need to focus on, not just as a grade level, but as a school. And so that's one of our goals, is making sure that we're giving that cool down and we're tracking it, and we're reteaching as needed. The other goal we have is we're going to be doing a survey with our teachers next week. This week we're going to start it, and it just kind of is giving them a chance and opportunity to give us feedback on how they feel our PLCs are going. Our PLCs are our professional learning communities, where we meet, our instructional coach meets with our teachers every week, and they go over mini PDs. They internalize the curriculums. And so we just, we're trying to get feedback to see how valuable it is for the teachers. And so that way we can adjust as needed and hear from them. So our hope is that 85% or more of our teachers are finding value in our PLCs. That's for Big Rock number 1. Any questions on that? That's kind of a lot.
Okay, and this just comes from my background in education. 85%. So are you seeing, I know that's your target number, but are you seeing pushback against that 85? I mean, do you think you're not going to get maybe 90 or 100%, or there's no pushback, right? It's just a target number? No,
it's just a target number, just that when we gave it for first quarter, I know in our building we had 100%.
Right,
that it was effective. So, and it's more of a way for them to give some feedback on maybe, asks like, we focus on these things, or are there other areas that we haven't hit on that you might need some support in? So that way we can make sure we're hitting on that as well.
it sounds wonderful, that's why I was wondering, 85%, I mean, I understand the target just came about, it's like, everybody should be doing it, so yeah.
All right, and then for our big rock, number 2, which is around high quality instruction, one of our goals is that all staff, will have been observed and scored, using our vision of instruction tool at least 6 times in the quarter. So I know that's a really high number. Last year we were, getting into classrooms, not that much. And this year we were getting into rooms a lot. And so, 6 is a very high number, and that's, meaning that every teacher is being observed 6 times and they're getting feedback from that. And then we're also having coaches meetings on top of that. And that's one of our next goals, is that we're holding at least 3 coaching meetings with our, teachers a quarter. Right now we haven't like hit that 100%, but we're getting pretty close to that. We still have this next week to do that. And then the other part of that is 65% of our teachers are scoring a level 3 or higher, and are using our vision of instruction walkthrough tool. So that's another thing that we don't have the total on until the end of the quarter. So yeah, those are our areas for the high quality instruction. Any questions on that?
For the first big rock, did you have any of the totals for that one on where you're at?
I don't. The ones we have, they're not complete until we finish the end of the quarter, so not yet. We are going to be administering their middle of the year end of EA and DIBELS assessments this week. So we're excited to see what that data looks like from the beginning of the year.
When will you get that back?
Hopefully by the end of this week, maybe beginning of next week. Yeah.
And it's still pretty quick, yeah.
I think, yeah, once they administer it 24 hours and it updates in the system. And then just really quick also on our, talking about TNTP, I just did want to give a big shout out to Jared and Mrs. Traver. She's an instructional coach, and Josh Smith. He's our consultant from TNTP, and they've done a great job supporting us and helping us with our PLCs. Mrs. Traver does an amazing job getting those planned and ahead of time, and we meet with her beforehand so we can make sure we can support her. And Gina and I, we sit in on the PLCs. We don't get to sit in on all of them, but as many as we can, we're in there to help support her and help her with those PLCs. But they've been a big support. And also to all of our teachers, they've really just embraced working with TNCP and these goals. And so it's exciting to see that how well they're, willing to try, not all of them may it's a lot and it's very high stress. And I'll be honest, this year it has been very stressful, but it's exciting to see all the teachers are willing to try, and they're doing it. And so I'm really proud of them for doing all that. And then the last thing I was going to share was just our student council. You guys got to hear those really great poems from our veterans ceremony. I did want to give a shout out to a few people that helped put that together. That's like a really big ceremony that we've done in our building with the chamber for a lot of years. I think we're trying to count back. It's been at least 15 years, if not more, that we partnered with the chamber and the American Legion. Miss Five, she's our student council advisor. So she is also our art teacher, and she incorporated some art projects with every grade level. And that was what we hung up around and decorated the gym and the hallways for the veterans ceremony. Amanda Gingrich, she put together a really nice lunch, and she served that for she helped get the plates together, but our student council officers, they serve our veterans when they come for that lunch. Mrs. Ballou and Miss Langston in the choir, they came and provided some beautiful music for the ceremony. So a lot of different people played parts in that. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Custodians, they did a great job setting up and taking down. And it was just a joint effort. The American Legion are awesome to work with. The chamber has been amazing. So it was really nice. It went really smooth this year. So I'm excited for that to continue. That's all I have right now. Does anyone have any questions? Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, number 6, superintendent's report and recommendation. Dr. K.
Right, so just a few quick announcements. So Abacus will not be here tonight, but they'll be back next month with Glenn Guffison, who's our CDE rep, who's kind of been serving my mentor. They've all been fantastic, helping us get our minds around where we're at with the budget. But next, month at the board meeting, they're gonna go over, our financial forecast prior to any budget work that we're gonna be doing going into next semester, or going into next year. They're also gonna present over the mid-year budget adjustment that we will take to you for approval in January. It'll be here. So we'll have pretty finance heavy at the next board meeting. I want to thank the East Otero staff. We've had a pretty good semester. Teachers have been working really hard, and all faculty and staff. So it's been a really good semester. I know they've done a great job, and they deserve that break that's coming up. And Christmas break is less than 2 weeks away. But it's been a great semester. Just been really impressed with the dedication of our faculty and staff. And that's all I have for tonight. Any questions?
I feel like a broken record at every meeting. Beyond.
So this week, we just sent over last week, we just sent over all the stuff that he requested. So he has everything that he needs. So we're now waiting. It's still, our hopes is in January. But we're still waiting to hear back. We have gotten everything. Kim sent the last documents last week. He still may request more information, but right now it's in their hands, and we're hoping to have it done by, our goal is obviously January, but we don't know how long it's gonna take him to backtrack everything, being 2 years behind on the audits.
And then just to follow up on that, last meeting, it was indicated that the extension would be filed this month.
Yes.
What's the status of that? Because it was indicated that we weren't feeling real good about getting an extension.
So we're filing it, but, most likely because we don't have the 23-24 done, we're not gonna get the extension.
So then what happens?
Then as soon as we finish the 23-24, we get to work on the 24-25. The good part is he's already gonna have it'll go much quicker now that we finished. It's just getting backtracked 2 years ago. The goal, and we believe this, that we will have by next fall, no more extensions, we will be caught completely. So we've got to get that 23-24. Once that is done, we'll see how many single audits is triggered from the 23-24. But then we move on to the 24-25, and we should have all of the, because it'll be consistent with the same auditor. So he came in, and took over from the auditor that basically left us in the 23-24 here.
So now for the funds that are being held, when do those get released?
Soon as the 23-24 is done.
Okay, so they're not gonna hold them for the next one
No.
that we didn't get the extension
No.
for? Okay,
Soon as the 23-24, we'll have our fund released.
so if the extension gets denied, what happens?
It really doesn't matter, because we have to get everything done as soon as we can.
Okay. Any other questions?
You said that the last documents that they had requested were sent, so we were able to find everything that.
Yes.
Everything.
We have been able to find everything requested, and sitting there hoping that it's,
But they don't ask for more.
yeah, but we'll be ready. They gathered everything and sent it last week.
Anyone else? All right, moving on to unfinished business. Letter A, approved revised policies IJ and KEC on second final reading. Dr. K?
Yeah, okay. I recommend approval of revised policies, IJ, instructional materials, selection and adoption, and KEC, public concerns, complaint about instructional materials and library resources. Second and final reading, both policies were revised due to minor technical and stylistic revisions.
Entertain a motion?
You have one for both policies, or do you need separate ones?
You can just do one.
I move to approve revised policies IJ and KEC on second final reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve revised policies IJ and KEC on second final reading. Questions, comments? Roll call?
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbrunner.
All right, letter B, approve or adopt policy IJL on second final reading.
Okay. I recommend the adoption of new policy IJL, library resource selection, adoption and reconsideration on second final reading. This policy was created to reflect the requirements of Senate Bill 25-063.
I move to adopt policy IJL on second final reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt policy IJL on second final reading. Questions, comments? Roll call?
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbrunner.
Aye.
All right, new business. Letter A, certify mill levy.
I recommend certifying the mill levy that was presented in your packets. And this is the money that is being withheld from the county.
Make a motion to approve the East Otero mill levy for 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve and certify the mill levy for 2025.
Were you able to find out what our mill levy cap is?
Yep, it's 160.964. What is the estimated full funding mill levy?
160?
Yeah, 160.964, and we're currently at 32.218.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbrunner.
Aye.
Letter B, certify total FTE for October count for 25-26.
So I recommend certifying the total full-time equivalent student count, 25-26 school year at 1,189 students.
Entertain a motion?
I move to certify the total full-time equivalent student count for 25-26 of 1,189 students.
All seconded.
I have a motion and a second. Question?
I have one question. Under it, we have no non-district students in the count? Am I missing something there or? Under the line?
No, we have open enrollment students. I'm not sure if it's.
If you look at it, some non-district students, it's zeros.
Oh. If they are doing open enrollment, they're considered district students. So we've accepted them district students. Non-district is if you have somebody from like Rocky Ford who's coming to our school to take like a couple classes.
Oh, we don't include those kids in our count?
No, we don't have any of those.
Okay, okay.
So there's all the district kids are those that are live in our area and also the ones we've accepted on open enrollment. We accepted on open enrollment. They're considered our kids.
Okay.
We don't do any sharing of that anymore, do we? But we used to. It used to be kids from Sherrod would come to Lahana, take classes. Kids from Swain would go, but we don't, that's not a program anymore, is it? Yeah, okay, so that's why that's there.
How do we resolve an account not eligible of those 5?
Say it again.
The 5 that are count not eligible, how does that happen?
That means they didn't have attendance during that time.
Okay.
They're absent.
I assume, but I want to
Yeah.
make sure.
And we're very thorough to make sure that they meet the guidelines, because if not, you get audited, the state will audit, and you have to give back the money that you have. So it's better to err on the side of being honest and counting what we're able to count.
When they do the count, they do it over, like, there's an official count day, but then they kind of
So there's a
stagger it a little bit too.
Yes. 5 on each side of the count day.
Somebody's not gonna show up on count day, they're just gonna be hungry, yeah.
That's why we.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbrunner.
Aye.
All right, letter C, approved revised policy GCBA, GBGD, GCCAA, GCCBA, and BE on first revised reading.
I recommend approving revised policy GCBA, GBGD, GCCAA, GCCBA, and BE on first reading. Policy GCBA, instructional staff contracts, compensation and salary schedules revised due to update number of contract days and student days. Policy GBCD, workers' compensation, revised update providers list. Policy GCCAA, certified licensed staff leave, revised for clarification purposes. Policy GCCAB, administrative staff leave, revised for clarification purposes. And policy BE, board meetings, revised to include May in the month, having the meeting on the second Monday due to Memorial Day.
And entertain a motion.
Can we ask questions before your motion or? Okay.
I move to approve revised policy GCBA, GBGD, GCCAA, GCCBA, and BE on first revised reading.
I'll second it.
I have a first and a second to approve revised policy GCBA, GBGD, GCCAA, GCCBA, and BE on first revised reading. Questions?
Oh, okay, so now I can ask my question. All right. And I just want this for some clarification, because I've had this asked, and I've never really paid much attention to your hiring process. I mean, you know, I know my guy, but if you are a non-licensed teacher, I'm sorry, I've got a BA, I haven't started going through the license. And then I know you have to, open up every time. And that, where would they then fall on this? I'm looking at the instructional staff contracts. It's just, they don't have I mean, they have whatever you set them at for that year, but then they have to reapply for their job, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So they will not renew each of them, and we're gonna do with an official letter this time. And we're going to end that, and then they can reapply for their position.
So they will know that they have, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Not sure how, I would like to make an amendment to policy PE to include the month of January, moving the board meeting. And the reason is to avoid conflicts with the annual Chamber of Commerce banquet.
I don't know that having the January meeting, the second Monday of the month would be enough time to get budget for budget purposes, because the final budget has to be approved in January.
Okay.
So we've had board meetings change, this is like at the beginning of the month, they used to be at the end of the month. So the January one is, we're talking the beginning of the month again, right?
No, it goes back to the fourth Monday of the
Okay, so you're still on the end of the month
Yes.
now on, and you're wanting to move it ahead.
Just to avoid the conflict, but
Yeah.
I understand from staff, I get it.
superintendent.
It's due, we have to approve it by the 31st. for the approved mid-year budget adjustments. I don't know with Christmas break in the middle, how much time we'll get. I mean, I know we've just had some of these meetings like this one moved up to December, trying to get everything for the finance folks has been a struggle. Not really a struggle, but just a lot on them. So I think I prefer to go January at the end of the month.
We're good.
Yeah, I think it would be better to allow the extra time for the budget. It's not rushed.
Makes sense.
Any other questions? I have one on the workers' compensation. There's no local place now in the valley for that. Is that?
That's correct.
Okay. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we had just one company willing to take us, so.
So the other ones just aren't willing to take. Okay. Okay. I was just curious. Any other questions? All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
Aye.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colomans,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbrenner.
Aye.
All right. Letter D, approve swimming pool HVAC repair.
I recommend approval of the swimming pool HVAC repair in the amount of $35,540.
I make a motion of the swimming pool HVAC repair.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the HVAC repairs of the swimming pool. Questions, comments?
I've got, that pool has been a pain in the behind for multiple years. And it seems like, Ms. Foxfield was sitting out there and she might have better recollection than I, but isn't it about every 2 years, 3 years, you gotta deal with that pool?
Every year we do.
Every year, so yeah, it's, I mean, I guess my question as a board member is, how much are we gonna throw into this pool? That we're gonna keep, allocating resources every year. I mean, we don't, our swim team, from what I understand, is our swim team, the Valley swim team, right?
It's under Luana, program, but there are many of us, I think most student athletes are doing us.
Do they pay into it? They never used to.
I don't believe they do.
Okay.
I think, don't they have to pay the out of district sports fee or something?
Thought they were supposed to be starting to do.
Yeah, and I don't know what the plans are of the high school now. I mean, obviously, this is my first board meeting, but I know we did junior high swimming in the afternoon. We did some high school classes in the morning. The city had it in the middle of the day. But the high school, or the district, was the one footing all the bills for the repairs. Even though the city used it for water aerobics or whatever, they did. And so, I mean, I'm not opposed to putting money into it, but I'm just kind of like, it seems like every year we're putting money into it. At what point do we say, this is a money pit, and we stop putting money into it? I mean, that's just kind of a question. I don't know if you answered, if we all have to think about it later. But I've been at Wahana for 27 years. I taught at Wahana for 27 years. And I very rarely remember a year that we're not dealing with that. I mean, that's my only thing with it is, I know I'm coming in new. You guys probably discussed this at a previous board meeting. But it seems like every year we throw money into that pool. And the next year we do the same thing again.
Just to clarify, these are rooftop units. This is the climate control of the building.
This is the swimming pool HVAC repair. So we've had issues for heating the water.
Oh, it is for the.
It's actual for the actual pool,
Okay.
yeah.
And please shut me up if I'm talking too much. It's just that I was there for so long. I don't know how much money we put into that pool over my years there. And I don't know, still there, at one point in time when we looked at closing it, there was something with the city. When it was built as a recreation thing, that has to have expired by this time, I mean. Cause OJC kids used to use the pool, you know, I don't know. I don't know,
I don't know, something with the bond or something. where
It
you
was
got-
built as a community
It
bond.
had to be yeah, it was a community thing, so you have to keep it as a community facility.
right, but that bond is expired, hasn't it? Cause that's not the bond we added to, the bond we added to when we built the football field was the bond for this. Right, so that bond for that cylinder has had to expire.
Go back in 80 something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so, I mean,
Is there any way we get like a 5-year, I know we're doing audits, but can we get like a 5-year, how much it's cost us the last 5 years?
Sure, I can bring that back for next month's meeting. I can look to see.
And we have no classes in the swimming pool anymore.
we don't have any classes in this one.
We don't have certified staff right now.
Oh,
There's two that are willing to get that.
okay,
Oh.
cause I know we used to go out of Pueblo to get certified, but yeah, we're looking at just under $40,000, right? Isn't that the RTU 7 price and the RTU 8 price? So we're looking at just under, or is it just, we're gonna choose 7 or 8?
No, it's 34.
Yeah, okay, so it's just under, that's what I thought I read it, right? So I just, wonder, next year, what are we gonna put into it? Is it gonna crack again? Is it gonna, something else gonna happen? I mean, so yeah, that's my only question.
And I will bring back what we've spent the last 5 years at our next meeting.
Can I ask a question of somebody in the staff, so they're not here? I mean, they're here, but they're not part of the meeting.
Sure.
Can I ask Jennifer, so you got two, I'm assuming PE teachers that want to get certified so you can start doing swimming.
We have one PE, one non,
Okay,
but teaches athletics.
okay, so you got two people that say, hey, if we fix that pool, we can start doing classes again, and so we can use it. Right, cause I don't mind putting money in it if she like it's her pool. She's a building principal, if they're using it and, it's athletics and stuff, but if we're just sitting there saying, hey, our kids aren't in there, we got a swim team, but it's 90% from the valley, and when we're throwing money in that pool, I mean, there's a reason nobody else has an indoor pool, I guess.
The other thing is that jacuzzi ever been fixed too, or is it still out of commission? Say that again. The jacuzzi? It's out of commission.
And did they didn't finally fill that in, did they? It's still just sitting there empty now. Maybe some foreign kids jumping in the pool did something to it.
It's been a topic of conversation, I think, every year that I've been here.
Yeah.
So I think it would be like probably wise to have a bigger meeting.
Yeah.
I'm sure all parties were involved with that, the city, other schools, probably making sure we have boosters because they sometimes spend a lot of money with that as well.
Yeah, and that's what, as a teacher, I was never privy to all of it, but God, it seems like every year we've got something wrong with that pool.
This HVAC unit went in when we did all of the units. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
So they've already put the unit in, we're just gonna pay.
No.
Okay, that's,
We
okay,
haven't done anything. We were able to,
COVID money, all the HVAC got
oh, did it?
revamped.
Okay.
but I don't know if the pool heater is the
I'm
same.
gonna say that,
Yeah,
that's why I'm confused. 'cause
Yeah, that's what I was
RTU
thinking back
usually is
too.
rooftop unit,
Yeah,
so
that's what I thought too.
I thought HVAC for the climate of the building. would be
Yeah,
different
I
than
thought it
heating
was the
water.
roof too.
So,
well, and
Cause I
even,
think last year, didn't they do repairs on the heating last year? Do you remember, Jennifer?
I believe so.
but even if we're still not using it, we're gonna repair the HVAC on the roof. For a building we're not using, I mean, right now, we're not using.
Well, wouldn't does that rooftop unit, does that do like the locker rooms and stuff that are right there too? Or does the rooftop just do just the pool?
And back to that.
And I don't.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know that, I mean, from being there, I don't know that question either. Matt, I mean,
I would think it's separate because there'd be different units on the floor as to the.
Okay.
yeah,
Is there any warranty on this work?
That's also too, I can see her.
12 months.
Okay. Just enough time.
yeah. And like I said, I think it's great we have a pool, we're the only one in the valley that has a pool, but why have a pool that we dump money into and we can't use it, you know?
Or get a better understanding of how the operations work or supposed to be working, so that everyone that's supposed to be a part of it is doing their part.
Right,
And
yeah.
it's not. You
That's what she
have a
said.
city involved. I like that.
I know
Yeah,
at one
that was-
time we
that's
had
good.
talked about the other districts that use the pool having a bigger buy-in to be part of the team. Not necessarily the student themselves paying it, but the actual district having to pay, you know.
Well, that,
Fee to.
that's been a dance for years, you know, you get 7 kids, and I'm just picking numbers, but you get 7 kids from swing. And they want that swim team, but they swing high school says, oh, that's not our pool, that's not our high school. Why should we have to help pay for the empty, or the bus, or pay some of the driver, or a percentage of the coach? And, you know, I mean, but while right now we're talking about the pool, that's just been a fight to get any district to kick in anything. And I've always, I mean, I don't think it's fair when I'm asked to pay the brunt of it, and
I do know with the transportation, we've been in a pinch of our district, other districts have stepped up to, you know, transportation.
so, yeah, too bad they don't do it with the pool, huh? Yeah.
But I think too, that's a conversation that hasn't been had full scale. It's just been in the happening.
Yeah.
Is it out of commission now because of these?
No, we've been able to get them back in for the swim team. So they were able to do a little bit of work, but it's just patchwork right now. So the air quality is fine, but it's not gonna last until we get it fixed.
And when he says that, he means like, if you go over there and we have these little filters, there's filters all through there to make sure the air quality is correct.
So do you know how many, and how many kids are on the swim team? 20?
Don't know this year, I can tell you last year's stuff.
Well, and do you know if the majority are from our district, or are they from out of the district? They're from out, okay, so we've got a swim team that's not a majority of our kids using our pool that we're putting repairs into with no, okay. That's kind of what I was getting at too, yeah. And now I will be quiet again.
I'm figuring it out.
Do you have any other questions? Roll call?
Mrs. Ayala,
Aye.
Mr. Bickle,
You said you were gonna come back to us with information, are we still looking at that?
The motion right now is to approve.
No, nay.
Mrs. Hines,
Aye.
Mr. Colwitz,
Aye.
Mr. Salzbreder.
Aye.
All right. Board comment.
I attended that Veterans Day celebration here, and I thought it was not only very well put on like it always is, but I thought it was great, and I thought that it was put together like really well, and it was great to see the kids participating in that and having such a big role in the participation, to see the student council kids running around, and so to the staff and the kids involved, great job.
I know the board comments, but yeah, I'll jump in with, the high school also did a really nice, Veterans Day parade, or celebration that day as well. So we had our intermediate and high school putting on really high quality veteran assemblies.
Great. Thank you.
Just, would echo the appreciation of the faculty and staff for what the efforts put in for the Veterans Day celebration. They really become the cornerstone kind of the community. So I think that's cool. Congratulations to the board members and our new leadership. Congratulations, President Hines. Want to thank the cheerleaders and the band for their participation Saturday night in the Parade of Lights. And then the choir sang at the tree lighting, and it's just really makes for a nice time. I think our fishing program is really cool. I didn't even know we were doing that until I got that notification. So that's fantastic. And last, it's kind of weird to say this, but we might not all be together again. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Okay, I'd like to say that we're still doing the 4-H program over at TTA. It's been really fun. I wasn't in the last one, and then the other one got canceled because of the freezing cold and snow. But it's a really good program, and then the kids really enjoy it. It's on Wednesdays. I think we're gonna switch that up probably after the holidays, but not real sure yet. We'll just have to see how that goes. And then I went to a STPO meeting. It's Student Teacher Parent Organization at the high school the other day, and I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of student interaction with us, and it was parents and it was staff, and it was at the library. It was very cozy. We all got to bond with each other with some games because we had to like line each other up with our birthdays, but we couldn't say what days they were. We had to it was fun. And the kids like gave us a lot of input. As parents and as a board member, I learned a lot of information about the high school that I wasn't aware of, and it was just because the parents asking questions, and I really like that. So that meeting is really grown, by the way, too. It was small the first couple of times I went, like last year, I think it was, and it's huge now. So it was the best meeting. It was also inspiring. Say that too. Yeah, so I like that a lot. So yeah, and congratulations to you guys. Yeah.
Should I have something? I have nothing prepared.
Go Tigers. I just want to say congratulations to the new board members. I'm excited for the work we're going to continue to be doing with the TNTP and the Big Rocks and getting the district's finances and everything back on track. We have the work session tomorrow, which I think is going to be awesome for us as old board members, but also for the new board members. And then excited for CASB at the end of the week. So. Nobody has anything else? I will adjourn at 7:25.
So we've been talking about, and Jennifer says that should be a bigger deal. How do we go about